quick one. I made a video not quite long today. I did not know that my mic was not working, and I spoke for about almost 50 minutes. But anyways, I'm not going to waste or stay that long. No time is wasted here. All right, so I'll quickly go back to, let me just quickly say what I said earlier on, and I'll try as much as possible to be fast at it. Now, what I actually talked about was trading with indicators, and even while I did that, I still tried as much as possible to live trade GBP JPY and also Euro JPY, and also I did talked about BTC USD, which of course we will look at as soon as we get there. Now, talking about indicators or trading with indicators, I have seen a lot of people say things about it, but anyways, this is almost 20 years of me trading in the financial industry, and almost 20 years in me enjoying the market in its entirety. But I've seen a lot of people come and go, and I've seen a lot of people drop their 1-2 cents about how trading looks and how trading works. Now, the point is, every trading methodology, ideas, technique, system, approach you have, everything works. Okay, but the most important thing we should try to understand is we must not negate one for another. I don't know if that English is right. Okay, don't talk down on one approach, one system, just because you want to promote yours. Okay, now I trade with indicators, and I've been trading with indicators ever since. And I think I made a story of my life yesterday. Maybe I'm going to try as much as possible to also post it on other social platforms, but I posted it on my TikTok. That was just a summary of my life as a trader from then to now. But that's not what we want to talk about. Indicators are good, and if you use indicator to trade forex, you are going to enjoy it only when you understand why you are using it. Okay, a popular guy said he used indicators, he lost so much money. Of course you would lose, like I lost in the initial stage of my trading career, just because we thought those indicators we see whoever made RSI, whoever built MACD, know why they built it. Whoever built stochastic, all of these indicators you see on the chart or in these indicators we by default you see on your trading terminal, whoever built each and every of it knows why he built it. Okay, and maybe can or could only work for them and maybe a few others. Okay, now you can only use it profitably only when you understand why you are using it and what trading or what specific trading advantage it gives you. Okay, now one important thing is that indicators are not holy grails. Okay, indicators are not holy grail. They will not do the magic for you. You still have to use it as a confirmation engine, especially if you as a trader use them correctly. Okay, now I have few things I want to talk about as regards indicators, and these are why I use indicators as a trader and why they are important for me. But before I go deeply into that, see, every indicator I use today as a trader, like 80 to 90% of them are the ones built by me. Okay, with my own hands and my head I built it, except just a few that I modified, like this one. The owner gave the installment kit. Okay, I had to work on it. He gave it out to those that were his followers and friends for free, that if you wanted, you could do anything with it, do with it. So as a sharp programmer that I am, and I quickly took it and modified it to work best. So nothing of it is here. All right, and you will never find all this common MACD, RSI, stochastic indicator on my chart. Okay, so that's just everything I have is different from what most of traders out there uses or they use. Now, the very first thing I want to talk about is that indicators remove emotional decision making from me as a trader. Okay, because I looked at it just like the story I told yesterday on TikTok. If I'm trading with naked chart or naked emotions, it always leads to maybe I'm also telling your story, it always leads to over trading, and sometimes it always leads to what we known as FOMO, fear of missing out. I'll be like, sometimes I'll just be like, should I get in, should I not get in, should I get out? Okay, maybe if it gets me, if I hit the stop loss, or if it goes against me, okay, when do I get in? Oh, I missed out on this and all of that. And also sometimes it makes me to enter into the market too early and sometimes too late, and maybe I have lost a particular trade. I also want to quickly go into what we call revenge trading. That is most of the time when I'm not trading with indicators. And when I started understanding, or when I understood how indicators will help me, now it gives me rules. Indicator gives me rules, and the rules gives me consistency in trading, and the consistency nowadays gives me or creates profitability for me. Okay, I think that's the first one. Now the second one is that indicator helps me as a trader to read the market faster, and this is so that I'm a forex trader. I later also looked into trading cryptocurrency, Bitcoin and all of that, Bitcoin especially, and sometimes Ethereum. And I've seen how quick the market moves. So having a good indicator helps me to organize information. Okay, know what I want, know how I want, what I want. Then it helps to show me trend direction, because if you look at the chart here, here am I on BTC USD, even though the major bias is on the buy side for me now. Okay, because you look at what I have here, I have 3 as against 0. Okay, which means I'm going to be looking for more buys than sell. So if I see a buy setup here, definitely I'm gonna go for it. But see what we have. Okay, so that means if I scroll back, there's possibility that I'm going to, okay, with the way this is programmed, okay, it's very soon you're going to see another block like this, which is in this color here. okay, but I have it reported in this on my chart. Every action that my chart is making is actually reported here on my chart here. So it helps me to understand what I do, what I need to do, and how I need to go about it. Okay, that's benefit. Shows me trend direction, shows me market information and all that. It highlights momentum for me, and it wants me, that is, I'm talking about trading with I'm talking about the fact that indicator helps me to read the market faster. It wants me when the market is reversing, and also it makes complex data simple. Sometimes you get to the chart and you don't even know what direction you want to go to. I see a lot of people on X, formerly Twitter, they will just have a screenshot and say which direction. Yes, most times these guys are confused. I'm not saying it in a bad way, as in they don't really know what direction the market could face or could go to. Okay, they don't really know what direction the market could go to. Now, instead of guessing, what you as a trader should or I as a trader always look for is the strength versus the weakness in the in instruments. Then I also look for how strong are the buyers, how strong are the sellers, and then I look for liquidity zones, areas like this. Okay, now this is the recent one that took this one up. Okay, yeah, I look for those zones there, and you can only find it when you have the right tool. I'm talking about the right tool, not just what is out there. Of course, there are millions of indicators out there on the market, free, most of them free. Okay, now instead of guessing, what you also get is trend health. How healthy is the uptrend? How healthy is the downtrend? Okay, even if the market is ranging, how healthy is it? Can I scalp? That's that about that. Now another one is, or number 3 is that indicator, for me as a trader, indicator creates a repeatable strategy for me. And for me, my strategy needs an entry criteria. It needs an exit criteria. My strategy needs stop loss logic. My strategy needs risk management rules. So me using an indicator, this helps me to define these steps clearly, very clearly. Okay, very, very clearly. Now, for example, maybe, okay, let's say I buy only when the trend indicator and the strength indicator and maybe the zone indicator all align. Like I always say, I have this slogan: if it is not it, then it is not it. Okay, so having this repeatable strategy helps me to create repeatable process, which is similar to how big institutions, how they operate, how their traders operate. Now, number 4 is that indicators, show me data that are hidden, that my eyes cannot see. Okay, I don't know about every other trader out there, but volume imbalance, you may not be able to see it as a trader. In fact, I want my indicators to tell me, the way I want to reason it on the chart is the way I want my indicator to also tell me about it. Currency strength weighting, as in the weight of the currency strength. Then order flow direction. Okay, and also regression slope. Okay, I know that may also sound new to some people, but I know a lot of people know about what I'm talking about. Then divergence and also volatility expansion. Okay, these are the things I look out for. So now, me using an indicator, or with the indicators that I use, I can analyze thousands of candles in 1 second. I can analyze multiple time frames, okay, at once, and I can also analyze all forex pairs, at once, okay, or simultaneously. Now, all this that I've mentioned or stated, they are very impossible manually. You cannot achieve that manually. You know how long that is going to take you. So what I'm trying to do is to, I'm not saying start using indicators, because you may hit a lot of hard rocks or stumble among thorns. Okay, you need also to start studying it, how it works, which one works, why does it work this way. Okay, can my idea also be turned into a trading indicator, or can I turn my idea, my methodology, my approach, can I also turn it into something that will trade for me, instead of me always coming to analyze the market this way? Can something do it for me? This is the 21st century, of course. Who says it cannot be possible when everything is smart TV, smart fridge, smart watch, and smartphones and all of that? Okay, so that's that. Then number 5 is that indicators helps me, or saves time, or saves me time, and it also eliminates confusion for me. For instance, instead of checking maybe 10 time frames, maybe checking 28, 34, 50 pairs, checking 10 pairs, instead of me checking strength of the market, or market strength manually, or checking trend manually, or checking or looking for liquidity manually, with the use of indicators, I'm talking in general perspective now. If one has a good indicator or a dashboard, you can identify opportunities, you can filter weak setups, yes, and you can be able to highlight high probability trades. Okay, and you can also tell, the indicator can also tell you what is moving now, and it definitely will stop you from wasting time. Okay, so that's what I do. Like with this, what that I have at the top right of my screen, if I want, what I sometimes do is, and I do that most of the time when I'm trading alone and I'm not on live, what I do is I will just set it to filter high probability trader, maybe 10 best or 5 best or 7 best. Okay, now if I drop this, you'll see how this works. Let me just set it to, okay, just a moment, I need to set it to go fetch every information from the market watch. Okay, now you see it goes all the way down. You see it goes all the way down. It goes all the way down. Okay, it goes all the way down. But as a trader, I have my own selected instruments or assets that I want to trade, and these are those. All right, okay, so it will stop you from wasting time. All right, so that's that about that. Then another one, number 6, is that as far as I'm trading with indicators, it can also help every other beginners. It can also help you to trade like an advanced trader. How? Because a beginner trader cannot yet read so many things. For instance, the order flow, you cannot identify zones. Okay, you cannot understand market structure deeply. You cannot spot accumulation and distribution very professionally. See, this also applies to intermediate and some professional traders. In fact, most professional traders. Okay, indicators will also help you to be able to read the market, just give you an extra edge. Okay, and I say this because I believe a professional trader has a blueprint of how it trades. Just turn it into an indicator. You'll be able to turn it into an indicator. You'll be able to access or assess more instruments, like those that say they only trade GBP USD, or they trade only XAU USD. You could trade silver XAG USD. You could add maybe Nasdaq. You could add Dow Jones, which is US 30. You could add maybe S&P 500, which is SPS 500, or US 500. Stuffs like that. It can help you to scale your business of trading, to be able to read and understand if charts the more. Okay, so an indicator can show you all of these zones, the order block zones, like I have on my chart. This is my own version of order block. Okay, look at mine. It's quite different from what people have out there. Once I have it like this, I will just be looking for pullbacks and then be shooting in the good shots, and to God be the glory. Seriously, to God be the glory. All right, so that's indicators will show you liquidity, all the liquidity lines. Also too, like let's switch to where I can see that clearly too. Let's go to GBP USD, or another one. Okay, let's look at Euro JPY. Anyway, so this is okay. Now this is good. So these are my liquidity zones here. If I try to zoom out, you see. So look at this area. All right, then also look at this area. As a trader, I know what to look for, and I know how to go about it. Now you see, this is another signal here why we are making this video. All right, Nasdaq or NAS 100 is pointing down, says buy, says sell. Now if I come here and I pick a sell order, in fact, this is what I'll do. I'm going to take only one trade, just one trade, and I'm going to hit it hard. It should be 21. Okay, then that's a sell. Okay, now let me show it to you on the chart. Now you see that is the Nasdaq there. Okay, now that's the trade there. Currently, like I said, I'm currently running loss on BTC USD. You can never be 100% perfect. And on GBP USD too, I am in profit. On EJ, I am also in profit. Okay, maybe I should show it to you on this chart here. All right, I think it's here. All right, and while I bring this down, now this is Euro JPY. Okay, this is a buy order, and this is GBP JPY. This is a sell order, and on BTC USD, I'm currently running on a loss. Okay, my exit is actually going to be above this key zone here. This is also a very important liquidity zone for me. Okay, all right, that's okay. So let's quickly go back to the class. I said class. So these are the things that I get to understand, trading with indicators. Okay, so in summary of this part, it gives a beginner a shortcut. All right, yes, it gives you a shortcut, but don't trade with any indicator you see out there. Know what works for you. Now that's that takes us to this part number 7, which says that indicators improve your accuracy as a trader, and it gives you accurate confirmation. Okay, now most good traders out there, I believe the number one edge you want to have, using an indicator or even trading as a trader, is to have a detecting tool. Okay, then number 2 is to have a confirmation tool. Then number 3 is to have a timing tool. Okay, you don't need to have too many indicators, except they all have their different reasons why they are working there on the chart. Okay, you just need the strategic one, the specific, and be very, very strategic at what kind of type of indicators you want to use. Like, for example, it could be like, okay, sometimes, or for me, let me just say I use a currency strength meter, that helps me to detect the strongest and the weakest currency. And I have also have an order flow, order block, indicator to detect zones. Okay, like this order block stuff to help me to detect zones where I should be, what direction I should face, and what I should do. Then I also have a momentum indicator that helps me to confirm timing. Okay, yes, to help me to confirm timing. And this these are the indicators here. Okay, this one's here to help me confirm timing, and they work perfectly for me. Okay, nobody has a monopoly to the market. Okay, nobody trades it 100%, but yes, you should have an edge, to always use what you have to get whatever you want, from the market. Okay, so as for me, it improves my win rate, and it reduces fake signals. Yes, even though I get some fake signals, it reduces it to the barest minimum. Now another one is that number 8 is that indicators help me as a trader to create a trading edge, and I will define an edge as something that the market cannot easily see, or sorry, something that the market cannot easily take away from you. Okay, the market cannot easily take away an edge from you, like maybe by identifying recurring patterns. Okay, like by measuring momentum, or by tracking trend cycles, and also by detecting liquidity targets. Okay, and also by finding asymmetric risk to reward entries. Okay, now the more structured your system is as as an indicator trader, see, learn price action as best as possible, blend it with the use of indicators, top-down analysis, that approach, or any approach out there, learn it as much as possible. Learn ICT, learn SMC. Okay, as much as possible. In fact, if there are any other out there, learn it as much as possible, but blend it with the use of the strategic and specific indicators. See, the sky will be your starting point. Okay, so the more structured your system is, the more powerful your edge seriously is going to be. Now let me tell you the most important things is, and I'll just quickly run through it. And it's, if indicators are not important because they predict, okay, but they're important because they help me as a trader to organize information. All right, they help me to organize information. Look at the chart here. I know what I want to do. I know what I want to do. Price gets here, I begin to look for what I need to look for to go up. Okay, price gets here, I'm beginning to think, okay, possibly price may drop from here. So many factors, okay, that I had to look at. Okay, this is one. Very soon you're going to see a block here. Okay, this is another factor here. All right, and very soon you're going to see it become bearish here. So I have to wait. If it is not it, then it is not it. It was actually bearish. All conditions were, all parameters were set. Okay, just this just that timing and maybe the volume of the market has not really, agreed. Okay, so there could still be, price could still extend to some levels before you can get that direction, the desired direction. Now, their indicators are important because, yes, like I said, they help you to organize information. They help to improve, for me, they help to improve decision making. All right, if it is not it, remember I told you, then it is not it. Then it helps me to filter out low quality trades and helps me to reduce emotional errors, and it also helps me to speed up analysis. Okay, and it helps me to follow a consistent system. Now, like I said, you learn everything you need to learn outside indicators, but blend it with an indicator. Now you will see that if you use indicator the right way, your trading system becomes cleaner, it becomes faster, it becomes more accurate, it becomes more relaxed, and you're going to become more profitable. Honestly, that is the beauty around trading with indicators. I cannot sell where I'm having a bullish order block, and mind you, whatever you see I have here, see, just you can Google how institutions or institutional order blocks work. They don't work. You don't ever see them like all these clean order blocks that you see out there. Okay, perfect areas where price might think, just read what other blocks are and how they work. Okay, you would see that they are not demand, they are not supply. Okay, and we will go to that in another video, maybe any other time. Okay, anyway, that is just what I want you to understand, and so far so good. That is what I want us to see, the beauty in the business of trading with what? With indicators. Okay, trading with indicators. All right, so just a quick one. I'm gonna bring back that chart to see how far we have gone, to see where we are with all of this. GBP, JPY still selling. First one, Nasdaq, okay, still on the verge.